Chemotherapy, round 3. Well, good evening, everybody. Today is March the 5th, 2024, a little late in the evening. It's been a long day. I'm making these videos because when I first was diagnosed with this cancerous mass in my colon, large intestine, I instantly did the wrong thing, which was start to Google it and YouTube it. Now, I would hope like crazy that the people who made these YouTube videos weren't doing this, but it seemed to me that some of these videos bordered on fear-mongering. But at the same time, I don't know everything about their story, how long they waited, before they got diagnosed. But if they have it, it's truly sad. So if anybody who knows me, my love for the use of sentence enhancers. Sentence enhancers are things that would get you an FCC violation if it's on TV or the radio, if you know what I mean. So during the time frame when I was told that I had a mass on my liver, my lung, and my femur, thinking that there's a chance I may not see my kids graduate college, get married, and see my grandkids. Makes you think. Those are things I really, really want to see. And start thinking about the decisions I've made in the past. Some of them I'm still being kind of, I don't know if ridiculed is the word or chastised is the word, but the decisions at the time weren't bad. They could have been better. Basically, in a nutshell, I put other things like my job before my family, probably at a time when they need to be the most, because I was more concerned about other things for my family. Just to keep you from not guessing, we had some medical bills, and I went into we were pretty much newlyweds, new house, fresh kid, or I think we had the second kid by then, I don't remember. And I'm watching, in my mind, medical bills pile up, and my spouse was not able to work, and I'm like, kind of going into panic mode, concerned for the financial well-being of my family. Didn't realize how bad that was hurting my family. Like I said, it wasn't a bad decision, it just wasn't the right one. So that was one of the things I was thinking about, when there was this concern that I may not make it, I could be gone in 5 years. And my son turned me on to a gentleman named Stephen West, and he has a podcast called Philosophize This. And there's one that he did right around the end of November, around Thanksgiving, I listened to, and it really spoke to me. And he speaks about narcissism and the degradation of society, how everybody is this, it's all about me, I'm not worried about the next guy. Perfect examples of that are people who drive carelessly. The one thing I've noticed, and I try and do this now that I've listened to this podcast, is when somebody lets me in, I wave. Because you know what? When somebody did it to me the other day, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen anybody wave to me on the highway in God knows when. So I try and do that. Try and, make people's day better now rather than being an a-hole and cut them off and all that. So during that podcast, he spoke about how people were feeling this way and thinking this way. And one of the things he mentioned was how people these days are just so comfortable with using 4-letter words, cursing in public. And at that moment, I went, holy cow, I'm part of the problem. So, in an effort to make my life better and, more pleasant to be around, I am doing my best to refrain from this. It does get hard at work some days because everybody else does it. That doesn't make it right, but, it's totally acceptable there. But, I go to Walmart and there's an elderly woman there. She might not want to hear me drop an F-bomb. So that's just one of the things I thought about. So I had chemo today, third round. I'm a quarter of the way through this journey. I keep counting the days. I can't wait for my next chemo date. Chemo has been a roller coaster ride. First time wasn't bad. Second time was way different. Totally opposite end of the spectrum. I do fine on chemo. When they pull me off my pump, I crash. I'm like the Energizer Bunny when I'm on it. And they pulled me off my pump on Thursday, and Friday I like not made it to work. I'm usually there between 7 and 7:30. I was doing good to get there at 8. All I could do to make it to noon is all I could do to get home. In a nutshell, I slept from about the time I got home, catnapped the rest of the night, or the day, and the evening. Slept till 8 o'clock the next morning. I felt better, but not 100%. Didn't have any joint pain this time because I took my pain meds before I had my shot to boost my white blood cell count. And so no pain. The tingling in my fingers just hit me really fast this time. It wasn't even really what I consider cold water. And then I was at my desk. I got back to work late from chemo. I was kind of hungry, and I made a ham and cheese sandwich. And that cold ham hit my throat. Wow. I thought my throat was going to slam shut. So different experience with chemo this time so far. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to Thursday, getting this thing off, and taking a breather and moving on to the next round of chemo. So looking to fight this thing and beat it. Once again, I've got friends from all over that I've met, work, just met at church, or met at, just made a friend next door or something. I mean, it's amazing, the support that I've gotten from people that, it's like, wow, it blows you away when people tell you, hey man, we're praying for you, we're pulling for you, you got this, So that's a really, really great feeling. And I think anybody who's seen this video that is part of that, I want to thank all of you. So that's all I got to say for tonight. I have a biopsy on Thursday. Hopefully that'll be good news as well. That'll be the last test I got to have until I finish chemo and I get a PET scan. And doctor says he has no reason to believe that I wouldn't make a full recovery. I'll have to have my colonoscopies a little more often. So everyone, have a great night, and thank you for listening.